Today, we're going to bring a soldering kit. We're going to take a look at it, what you get when you get something like this. So those that want to get into fixing your own, repairing your own computers or soldering your own devices, maybe want to take a look at this kit. We're going to take a look at it and see what you get. Let's go ahead and go through the whole bag that we have in here. You guys notice there's a lot of loose stuff in here, but we'll fix it up in a bit right now. So they give you an X-Acto knife, if you guys can see that. One X-Acto knife, perfect. They give you some soldering iron right here, and this is solder wire number 50 gauge 0.8, so not that bad as a starter. Different types of head for those actual solderings because some of them require smaller petite connections or soldering areas. Perfect. Manual instructions. They give you actual tweezers, if you guys can see, sharp little tweezers. Uh, This is actual electrical tape, red tape, black electrical tape, another set of tweezers, and they give you copper strings. This is actually to clean the actual solder head, right? So very important. All right, and you're gonna require this if you want to clean your soldering device. Wire cutter. This is a unique one. It's very simple. If you ever use any kind of devices to cut wire instead of use the scissor type, they have this little small device. It's really handy, really cool. Put this to the test too. And they give you extra cables so you can practice your soldering. They give you a positive and a negative too, so you guys could take a look at it if you guys want to connect something to make it work, from LED lights to electronics. And this is a recall for the solder. So once you you melt the solder and you make a mistake and you put some solution to retrieve. Basically, it's just a button to retrieve the solder device instead of you touching it or making other devices. As soon as you make it hot, this thing will suck it up. It's just a suction. They give you a sponge. This is required for you to clean the head too. So you're gonna need the sponge. Here's some clips, very sharp clips. I like these. These are actually flexible, really nice and handy. And then they give you a system to actually the base of the actual solder, right? And it comes with some screws in here because you're actually gonna have to screw it into the actual base that they give you right here. You guys notice. So this pretty much is a standalone. You set it up, you put in your device in there, and that's pretty much it. I'm gonna put it to use today too. And of course, the piece of resistance, the actual solder itself, the soldering device itself, the heating system. It's an 80 watts system. It has a control panel here, so you could cool it off, and then it's going to indicate how hot it's going to get. Of course, everything's kind of like a see-through silicone, so it's going to last you a while. And of course, you could tighten up here because right now we do have a sharp edge. I'm going to put it to use right now. So let's go ahead and put it together. Cut it. All right, we're gonna actually solder one end, but before we do that, we're actually gonna strip some of it. And this is pretty good if you guys notice. I'm just gonna run through here, one of the sections here, and to cut it, it's easy. You just push it down, this part of it down, and then you just strip it out. But I'm gonna do it from here. Push it down, strip it down. You grab it, strip it down. If you guys could notice, there's a one, and then we could run it again, the same one, but we could do level 2. All right, check out the solder right now. I have it at 450. I'm not sure if you can see it. Well, let me see if I can put. There it is. 450. It's blinking right now. I'm gonna do it lower down, maybe just to 400. 350 is what I like to do, and we could turn it off and turn it on. Right now, it's heating up. I can feel the hotness of it, and I could hear it from the actual solder. So we're gonna put it here. Now we got two of them in there, two solder pieces in there. One solder here. I should have put some on here. Got one side in there. Not the perfect solder, but this in here. Twist it. Just gonna, for testing purposes, it's not the greatest solder, but like I said, we're gonna do it because it's so tiny. Looking at from the screen. Here we go. That's a perfect one right now. This one, we're gonna fix it. Fix this one right now with the tweezers. We're actually gonna tweeze it. We got that one going. Go ahead and solder this one now. Here we go. We just did it right now. We just did the soldering. Came out perfect. I recorded. This is great too. I like it. Like it. I went at 350. I didn't want to overdo it, but it's great too.